Time now to look at the headlines on the front pages of Nigerian newspapers. The first with me is the Daily Times, with the headline, Tinubu highlights ECOWAS achievements, challenges at AU meeting. Says ECOWAS will continue to dialogue with Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger to maintain unity. Dangote, our refinery, is having repeated orders from abroad. Chief of Army Staff seeks wide-ranging collaboration to protect nation's territory. NBTE goes digital, discards analog accreditation, quality assurance activities. Court declines to stop Fubara from spending Rivers funds. U.S. 2024, Biden quits presidential race, endorses Kamala Harris. U.S. Vice President vows to win nomination, defeat Trump as Clinton's Obama. Pelosi praised Biden's decision. Biden was not fit to run for president, says Trump. What leaders react? On the bottom street, traders urge federal government to tackle insecurity to address food inflation. Next is New Telegraph. Tinubu to African leaders at AU. ECOWAS facing threats of terrorism, geopolitical rivalries, others. Experts, federal government fuel imports bleeding nation's external reserves. That's about it for the New Telegraph. Next is Platform Times. Dangote offers multi-billion-dollar refinery to NNPC. Abiodun's aid in last-minute damage control over leaked local government election documents. Suspected terrorist accuses Minister of complicity. Court orders INEC to probe electoral offences perpetrated by governors. Man with disability, others nabbed for drug trafficking in Nasarawa. Kakol demands transparency in investigation of suspended Minister Betta Edu. Above the masthead, 259 CSOs plan hashtag Protect Nigeria rally to counter anti-Tinubu protest. 58 more trafficked Nigerians rescued in Ghana. Goza suicide bombers imported to prove Boko Haram's relevance despite defeat, that's according to Emir. Next is the Punch newspaper. Inferior fuel. Federal government demands Dangote refinery's diesel report, orders new tests. That's about it on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Next is Nigerian News Direct. Those meant to protect us are demarketing us. Dangote cries out. Laments roadblocks hindering success of refinery. Dares NMDPRA to test refinery products over dirty diesel allegations as reps pledge to probe allegations. Cash token rewards promo. 40 Unity Bank customers win over 4 million naira. Obama mum on endorsement of Harris as president as Biden steps down. Court orders EFCC, ICPC to prosecute 2023 election offenders, holds governors accountable for violence. Above the nameplates, Lagos to hold town hall meetings ahead 2025 budget preparation. No grudges against liars. Peter Obi breaks silence amidst involvement in protest allegations. Next is This Nigeria. Oil war. Probe quality of PMS diesel at filling stations nationwide. Dangote Petroleum Regulatory Agency, NMDPRA at each other's throats over alleged monopolistic tendencies. Dangote rejects claims of producing substandard fuel. Monopoly. NDLEA seizes large consignments of illicit drugs in 10 states. African leaders on achievements, challenges of ECOWAS. My fellow Americans, I quit, says U.S. President Biden on November polls, endorses Vice President Kamala Harris. And on the ear of the newspaper, 2023 election violence, court orders INEC to hold governors, deputies accountable. Genocide looms in Benue. Youths raise the alarm. Next is the Nation newspaper. Government targets 2 trillion naira in banks forex gain tax. Finance institutions to pay 50% of windfall. Experts caution on timing. And then Clinton, Obama, Hillary, Pelosi, others hail Biden for endorsing Harris. ECOWAS raises $38 million grants to boost SMEs. Tinubu unfolds plan in Accra. Former General Secretary Osigwe in NBA President-elect. Next is the Guardian newspaper. MPC Costly policy trade-off as FX crisis, minimum wage stir fresh challenge. Lagos government issues contravention notice to Ajah property owners. Money supply to dip by 20 trillion naira as banks offload dormant account proceeds. Then next is Democrats shop for new candidates as Biden pulls out of re-election race. Proposed bill stirs fresh controversy in ICT sector. Nelfund to disburse 37 billion naira student loan to 112,000 applicants this week. That's about it for the Guardian newspaper. Last but not least with me is the Daily Independent. Wound-licking Labour dumps fight to reverse electricity tariff hike. Stakeholders see banks losing battle to tame fraud, insider abuse. Our refineries getting repeated orders from abroad. Dangote. All right, Olamide, the next.
I begin here with the national economy. 26 fatalities in 30 months. Incessant building collapse sparks a nationwide alarm. The writer there says as Nigeria suffers 20 billion naira loss between 2020 and 2024, experts they cry poor enforcement of building code. Federal government considers temporarily suspending 10 naira sugar tax on beverages. Nigeria improves in global internet speed, ranks 7th in Africa. These are the major stories on the front page of the National Economy. To the leadership, new appointment raised doubt about merger of MDAs. Dangote refutes claims of substandard petroleum products. And outside Nigeria, Biden stepped down, endorses Kamala Harris. To the first news, help Nigerians in need instead of spreading lies, says Peter Obi, as Ononuga insists Obi supporters IPOB behind planned nationwide protests. Importers poisoning Nigerians with bad fuel, demands probe. Dangote drops all sector bomb. 18 killed, 3 kidnapped in fresh attack in Benue. Senator Orji Kalu calls for part-time legislature, regional government to quote cost. Philip Shaibu, that's an image there. Philip Shaibu kneels before Adams Oshomole announcing defection from the People's Democratic Party to the APC in Benin City. Another 58 Nigerian women, children rescued from traffickers in Ghana. Trump blasts Biden as he drops re-election bid, endorses Kamala, says Biden was unfit from the start. These are the major stories on the front page of the first news. To the Daily News Hub, never again. 259 CSOs vow not to allow violent protesters free rein during planned protest. 1, we will confront them on the streets, apprehend, hand them over to security forces. Say it is another hashtag enters protest in disguise. They want youth to stay clear, resist being used by disgruntled politicians for selfish ends. Court orders INEC to probe governors' deputies' involvement in electoral offences. Philip Shaibu has no political relevance, according to Edo Youth. The court has also extended the order barring Rivers Chief Judge Clerk from relating with Maule-led lawmakers. These are the major stories on the front page of the Daily News app. To the Inquirer, survey maps 17 flood locations in Abuja, school market at risk. Over 1.3 million candidates register for 2024 SSE internal examinations. Peter Obi Patutomi reply presidency on the planned protests. These are the major stories on the front page of the Inquirer. To the Nature News, IITA partner donates improved grain seeds to Yobe farmers. Nasra DG taxed 108 inductees on professional ethics. Jigawa government distributes 5.5 million tree seedlings, commends Agrisol project. Niger Delta Group says amnesty budget's provision no longer adequate. To the Salient Times, Biden bows to pressure, quits 2024 presidential race, endorses Kamala Harris as Democratic presidential nominee. It says it is time to beat Trump. Back to Nigeria, gunmen attack police team in Aba, kill inspector, 3 others. Court declines to stop Fubara from spending Rivers funds. And here in Lagos, the state government has denied imposing parking fees on worshippers and churches. President Tinubu addresses African leaders, highlights ECOWAS achievement. Do not destabilize Nigeria. 259 CSOs, 1 organizers of the End Bad Governance Plan protests. The major stories on the front page of the Salient Times to the Sporting Life. Oshuala Nkwocha Drogba Salah listed as Africa's 25 best athletes of the 21st century. Awoniyi joins Forest pre-season camp in Spain. Ian Jose Villa move takes new twists. Deal now depends on Duran's sale. And Arsenal confirm signing of Jetford. These are the major stories on the front page of the Sporting Life. Ibrahim.
Interesting development. One of the stories that actually caught our attention is the one on the front page of the Abuja Inquirer, talking about survey mapping 17 flood locations in Abuja, school market at risk. And you know that we talked about the issue of flooding, the ravaging experience that people are having, from flooding different areas, especially farmlands. Now we're talking about school and markets which are at risk, and then we're also reeling from the impact of food, rising inflation, food crises, and all of that. So I guess the governments really need to do something very fast before we start recording another, round of crisis.
And we're able to, based on the, responses we got from the government the last time during the flooding, especially in Lagos State, they mentioned that that situation was a flash flood. But now that we have it mapped out already, I think we still have enough time to do what we can ahead of the situation, to cope the situation. For it to affect schools and markets, we'll have a ripple effect on the economy. So it's important to address the majority of this issue.
I think NIMET has been advised to, always dish out this information, the forecast as soon as possible, so that, there can be plans to mitigate against this impact. Another one, I don't know whether it caught you as a surprise, after his lackluster performance at the presidential debate in America, Joe Biden said, I quit.
I mean, they have
see that on the front page of Daily Times.
Democrats have been asking him to step down due to, the age factor which played out at the presidential debates, despite the fact that some persons are saying that was not the situation. So many other factors, even when you look at, well, I call it the failed assassination of the former president, Donald Trump. So many factors come into play, but I believe he endorsing Kamala may be a good step for the Democrats ahead of the election in November.
Maybe America is now paused to having the first female president. It probably would have happened with Hillary Clinton, but this time Kamala Harris, a son of immigrants, Indo-American, I've forgotten. The father, one of them isIndi, and the other is Jamaican. Yeah, so, rose to vice president, and as she said, we're going to do it. But America is still a very much patriarchal society. What we've seen in New Zealand, seen in Germany and some other places, I'm not sure whether it's going to be replicated in America. But Trump said he's definitely going to defeat Kamala Harris, but she has not picked up the ticket, but we'll see what happens.
The announcement was just made that Biden was endorsing, Kamala. But let's wait for... Trump has reacted to this incident, saying he knew that Biden was unfit from the beginning. Interesting
development. It's good now that we have Biden saying that he's going to focus on the remainder of his term, because he wanted to introduce Zelensky, and then he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin."
That's a lot.